Hi, Peter Charles here, Folks for Life Fly Fishing. And today let's talk about another one of my favorite rods. It's the NRX LP 7.5 foot 3 weight. Now, this is my favorite little stream rod. Now, the interesting thing about this rod is that it handles a very broad range of conditions that you don't normally expect out of a 3 weight. I've had a lot of these. I mean, going back 25 years or so, I've had 1 weights, 2 weights, 3 weights, all in this kind of size from 6.5 foot up to 8 foot. And I've used them in a variety of places. Southern Ontario, Northern Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia, Newfoundland, Pennsylvania, New York, North Carolina, Vermont, Maine. I've been in a lot of small creek fishing situations, and some of these creeks have been, well, no wider than the table. I could jump across some of them. And I've, had a lot of experience bushwhacking with little rods. So, I like them all. So why this one? Well, the interesting thing about the LP series of the NRX, and now the newer version, which is the NRX Plus, which is an 8 foot 3 inch version, 3 weight. What these rods do, which is really interesting, they present lovely at short range. They're very accurate at short range. But these are the characteristics you expect out of a rod like this. If you didn't do it, you'd be disappointed. So the fact that this rod can, deliver a fly delicately at 20 feet is no surprise. That it can do it with no backcast room shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, that's what we expect out of rods like this. If it didn't deliver it, there'd be a problem. But it does, along with all the other rods I've owned. They've all delivered at these ranges. What kind of separates this one out from all the rest was I was surprised at the power it had that I didn't expect. One of my local creeks has some elbow pools, which are quite broad. And if you want to cast a small streamer to the other side with a 3 weight, you can get a little iffy if the wind is not in your favor. And this thing just boomed right out. I went, okay, I wasn't expecting that. That was easy. It wasn't that I just cast that distance with a little 3 weight. It was that it was so easy with a little 3 weight. And that sort of made me sit up and take notice. I thought to myself, oh, this thing has got some backbone in it that I didn't know it was there. You didn't really notice it at shorter ranges because it works so well at 20 foot and 15 foot and 25 feet. It was lovely. So all of a sudden I realized, there's an awful lot more in this rod. And I started trying spey casting with it. And wow. All of a sudden, easy spey cast with conventional lines. I mean, this is just your standard, this is an old Airflow presentation taper 3 weight. And this is all I ever use on this rod. And spey cast this thing with no trouble. Roll cast, no problem. Another thing is turning over split shot and weighted flies. There's one little run on my local creek where it's fairly deep and you have to have some weight on the lead or on the fly to get down where the fish are. No problem. Spey casting this thing, no problem. So I began to realize, it had all those lovely short range characteristics that we expect out of a 7.5 foot 3 weight. But it had all these other characteristics that I didn't expect. And that was kind of like the winner for me. It was like that one made me sit up and take notice. Because as I say, I've had a lot of rods in this range. Everything from 6.5 foot to I think 8 foot 2 inches was my longest. No, sorry, I forgot. I had one that was 8 foot 9 inches in a 3 weight. And they all delivered, and they are all very good rods. But I never expected that level of power out of a little stick like this. So if you're looking for a rod that's going to deliver under broad range of conditions, that's a 3 weight, that it can do everything a 3 weight is supposed to do, and yet can deliver when you need that distance, or when you're dealing with wind, or if the fly is a little bit bigger than ideal for the line. All those kinds of situations where you want a little extra oomph, and 3 weights you've had in the past may not have delivered for you. This one will. So that's why it's one of my favorite rods. It delivers when you need it, but it is delicate and accurate when you need it. And, what else can you ask for in a 3-weight? Cheers.